Who is Slaanesh? Slaanesh is the chaos god of lust, greed, excess, pain, pleasure, perfection, and hedonism. Slaanesh was the last of the major chaos gods to be born, coming into existence with the collapse of the Eldar civilization. The name Slaanesh derives from Slaaneth, the god's name in the language of chaos, meaning ecstasy, pleasure, Neth, meaning lord of, master of, or prince of, hence the prince of pleasure. The correct adjective of things associated with Slaanesh, such as its worshippers, is Slaaneshi. Slaanesh typically appears in a form which is female on the right side and male on the left, with two sets of horns rising from its flowing golden hair. It can, however, assume any form, male or female, hermaphrodite or asexual, but prefers male bodies. Its sacred number is 6. The symbol of Slaanesh combines the conventional symbols of male and female. It is also known by the multitude of titles such as Prince of Chaos, Prince of Excess, Prince of Pleasure, and Lord of Dark Delights. To the Eldar, it is called Slaanesh, literally she who thirsts, and also by the Lovecraftian titles of She Who Is Not Named, the Great Enemy, and the Great Serpent. Was fully born at the moment of the fall of the Eldar. The birth of the Slaanesh created the Eye of Terror and slew most of the Eldar except those who were far away from the Eldar home worlds. This event also slew all the Eldar gods except for Cain, who was shattered into many pieces, the laughing god Segurach, and Aisha, who was, according to one craft world, taken captive by the chaos god Nurgle. Slaanesh has a neutral attitude to some of the other gods of chaos, as he is generally too caught up in his own pleasures to be interested in rivalries or alliances. But his particular enemy is Khorne, whose belief in pain and death is completely opposed to Slaanesh's principle of a life of unrestricted pleasure. Slaanesh's symbol is rarely worn openly by its followers. They instead often wear items of jewelry bearing erotic motifs. Followers dressed in robes, which are often open to leave the right side of the chest uncovered, a requirement of many of the rituals involved in his worship. Pastel and electric shades are the chief colors, although white may be used as well. These colors are also sometimes carried over into everyday wear, although they may be modified to fit in with current fashions. In all cases, all Slaanesh followers wear garb of sensuously high quality. Even the most militant of Slaanesh's followers do not deny themselves this hedonistic lifestyle. Cultist hideouts may be fortified and stocked with weapons, but they are equally stocked with luxurious furniture, sumptuous food, and erotic decorations. In the mythology of the primitive inhabitants of Fenris, Slaanesh, presumably a misinterpretation of Slaanesh, is an evil deity, described as the offspring of the dark god Horus and the dragon goddess Skirnir, and is imprisoned within one of the planet's volcanic islands after being defeated by Leman Russ. Armies of Slaanesh are known as the Legions of Excess. Each legion is commanded by a keeper of secrets, though there are cases where a favored demon prince is known to have lordship instead. Below, these commanders are demon princes or heralds of Slaanesh, each in command of one of 6 formations. While some of the Dark Prince's generals are obsessive in commanding a single type of legion, the majority will change formations as mood or need suits them. There are several types of legions of excess. Flare legions are geared towards wanton destruction, and their many demonettes take great pleasure in that act. The Hunter legions are masters of quick kills and are built primarily around fast-moving cavalry and chariots. The flamboyant Glamiatrix legions are the most sorcerous, relying heavily on psychic powers and mesmerism. The Terror legions are a shock force specializing in elaborate, gory displays of combat, infamous for unleashing a barrage upon the senses that can overwhelm weak-willed enemies. The legions of Eternal Punishment have no specialty, but rather call upon the damnations of Slaanesh, intermixing magics and temptations alongside battlecraft. The strangest of Slaanesh's legions are known as the Corintei legions. To them, Battle is but a dance, and their demons whirl about one another as they slay their foes in bizarrely choreographed maneuvers. While they lack the speed of other legions, their elegance and creativity captures the favor of their master more than practical assaults could ever hope. Slaanesh are elegant and eerily beautiful, agile and graceful, while also cruel and violent to the extreme. Slaanesh's servants are both horrific and alluring, mesmerizing and loathsome. Although they cannot match the raw power of Khorne's enemies, the resiliencies of Nurgle's Talibans, or the eldritch might of Tzeentch's hosts, demons of Slaanesh are possessed of a speed and lethality that is unequaled. For instance, the Keeper of Secrets, the greater demons of Slaanesh, they can resemble huge, bestial, and ugly creatures, or lithe, terrifying creatures with an unholy beauty. Demonettes, the common demons of Slaanesh, they are disturbingly beautiful, often feminine on one side and masculine on the other, and they usually have crab-like claws instead of hands. And the steeds of Slaanesh, the demonic mounts of Slaanesh, lurid snake-like creatures who lash with their prehensile tongues, they are often ridden by demonettes as well as gifted to favored champions. And the friends of Slaanesh, they are demonic beasts of Slaanesh. They are a bizarre hybrid of insectoid, reptilian, and human. The Hate Angels are flight-capable demons, and the Cackling Abomination are regarded as demon hosts. The Emperor's Children are one of many Chaos Space Marines whose, amongst the Emperor's most loyal servants, they turned traitor during the Horus Heresy. Most of the remaining members are little more than hedonistic psychopaths. And their leader, Fulgrim, who is the Primarch of the Emperor's Children, is now a powerful demon prince and loyal servant of Slaanesh. All the Chaos Gods, Slaanesh will often reward his most favored followers with special gifts and blessings. Slaanesh's gifts can take many forms, including physical mutations, demon weapons, or even an exotic appearance.